Clan Awaud. In Legends, Clan Awaud played a pivotal role during one of the most turbulent chapters in Mandalorian history. Known primarily through the figure of Awaud, the clan achieved historical prominence during the Dark Age of the Republic, when Mandalore faced internal collapse and widespread devastation. In 1058 BBY, Awaud, a veteran mercenary, returned to Mandalore to find his clan decimated by the Kandorian plague. The disease had severely reduced the planet's population, and many members of Awaud's own bloodline were among the dead. In the power vacuum that followed, Awaud took on the mantle of Mandalore, the traditional title given to the leader of all Mandalorians. Awaud initiated a movement known as the Return. This effort called for Mandalorians scattered across the galaxy to come back to Mandalorian space and rebuild what had been lost. It aimed to unify Mandalorians under a single banner once again after years of fragmentation and decline. The movement succeeded. According to the Essential Guide to Warfare, Awaud's leadership enabled Mandalore to not only survive the aftermath of the plague, but to flourish in the years that followed. His call to arms was answered by Mandalorian clans and warriors from all across the galaxy, re-establishing a functional, united Mandalorian society. This era marked a rare period of stability for the Mandalorians, with Awaud's clan positioned at the center of the resurgence. This was one of the rare instances in Mandalorian history where a single clan's efforts directly influenced the fate of the entire Mandalorian people. Beyond this, the historical record for Clan Awaud remains obscure other than its involvement in the conflict between Death Watch and the true Mandalorians a few decades before the start of the Clone Wars. Clan Eldar. In canon, Clan Eldar is a Mandalorian clan most prominently featured through iconography rather than specific narrative appearances. The clan's signet was a stylized Leonid creature, usually illustrated in Clan Eldar's official colors, black, dark green, and orange. This was among the most well-known clan signets, along those of Clan Vizsla and Clan Mudhorn. Clan Eldar appears in the Heroes of Mandalore arc in Star Wars Rebels, where it's listed among the clans that supported Bo-Katan Kryze's leadership during the Mandalorian resistance against Imperial control. The clan joined others such as Clan Rook, Clan Wren, and the Journeyman Protectors in declaring her Mandalore. Clan Fett. In Legends, Clan Fett was a Mandalorian clan with a long and violent legacy, known for producing warriors, tacticians, and mercenaries across millennia of galactic conflict. The clan's name came from the Mandawa word Vevut, meaning farmer, though its legacy would be far more violent than that name might suggest. The earliest known member of Clan Fett was Cassius Fett, one of the most ruthless commanders of the Mandalorian Wars. Serving as the right hand of Mandalore the Ultimate, Cassius oversaw numerous devastating campaigns against the Republic and its allies, including a genocide on Cathar, the Siege of Taris, and the Battle of Jagga's Cluster. He played a key role in reforming Mandalorian philosophy during this era, alongside being Mandalore's most feared strategist. In the centuries that followed, other members of Clan Fett continued Cassius's legacy. Vorten Fett fought in the invasion of Taris and participated in later battles against the Sith Empire during the Galactic Wars. Como Fett emerged during the war against the Eternal Empire, serving as an advisor to Mandalore the Avenger and helping to organize resistance efforts from within Mandalorian ranks. By the final decades of the Republic, the clan's name was made infamous by one of the most legendary bounty hunters of all time, Jango Fett. Orphaned during the Mandalorian Civil War, Jango was adopted by Mandalore Just Mareel and fought alongside the true Mandalorians. He eventually rose up to command them, leading the faction until its destruction at the hands of the Death Watch. After the war, Jango turned to bounty hunting and was later selected as the genetic template for the Grand Army of the Republic. Jango's unaltered son, Boba Fett, inherited his father's armor and legacy. Trained from childhood, Boba became one of the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy. After the fall of the Empire, Boba claimed the title of Mandalore and worked to restore Mandalorian society. During this period, Clan Fett forged an alliance with Clan Vevut through the marriage of Boba's granddaughter Murta Gev to Mandalorian soldier Ges Orade. Clan Fett's influence during this era was personal and strategic. It had no known homeworld, council, or internal political structure, and its main strength lay in its legacy, passed down through individuals whose actions shaped the Mandalorians' place in the galaxy. Following the Yuuzhan Vong War, Boba continued efforts to unify the clans and restore Mandalorian self-sufficiency. His leadership helped rebuild military infrastructure and re-establish clan cooperation, with members of Clan Fett serving as officers, trainers, and diplomats. Though often defined by a handful of figures, Clan Fett left a mark across centuries of Mandalorian history as warriors, leaders, and survivors of every major galactic conflict. Clan Kryze. In canon, Clan Kryze was a Mandalorian clan that existed during the final decades of the Galactic Republic. The clan was part of House Kryze and was based on the planet Kalevala in the Mandalorian system. Its members played key roles during the Mandalorian Civil War, the Clone Wars, and the Imperial Era. During the Mandalorian Civil War, members of Clan Kryze were divided across the major ideological factions of the time. Some supported the crusading Death Watch, others aligned with the True Mandalorians, while others backed pacifist New Mandalorians. This internal division reflected the broader struggle for Mandalore's identity. In the conflict that followed, the Great Clan Wars, Death Watch turned against the New Mandalorians. During this period, the Duke of Clan Kryze was killed. His daughter, Satine Kryze, became the Duchess of Mandalore and led the New Mandalorians. Ruling from the domed capital city of Sundari, she attempted to maintain Mandalore's neutrality during the Clone Wars. Satine's younger sister, Bo-Katan Kryze, rejected her pacifist views and joined the Death Watch, becoming the leader of a cadre known as the Night Owls. When Death Watch fell under control of Darth Maul, Bo-Katan left the faction and began a resistance against it, later helping to liberate Mandalore during the Siege of Mandalore. During the Imperial Era, Bo-Katan led Clan Kryze and became a key figure in the resistance against Imperial occupation. The clan fought alongside others, such as Clan Wren, Clan Rook, and Clan Eldar, to challenge Imperial rule and support Bo-Katan's claim to leadership. She wielded the Darksaber and was recognized as Mandalore. Following the Great Purge of Mandalore, Clan Kryze was left diminished. Despite this, it continued to exist into the New Republic era, with Bo-Katan still leading its remnants. Clan Mudhorn. Clan Mudhorn was a Mandalorian clan formed during the New Republic era. It consisted of Din Djarin, a Mandalorian bounty hunter, and Grogu, a Force-sensitive foundling. The clan was officially recognized when the armorer of the tribe declared them a clan of two, following their shared battle against a Mudhorn creature on Avala 7. The clan's signet, a stylized Mudhorn skull, was chosen to honor that moment. Din Djarin had been tasked with retrieving a Mudhorn egg as payment to Jawas for his ship's parts, but was nearly killed during the attempt. Grogu intervened by using the Force, allowing Din to kill the beast. Later, after returning to the covert beneath Navarro, the armorer forged the Mudhorn signet and applied it to Djarin's armor, formally naming their union as a clan. As events unfolded, Clan Mudhorn became involved in larger galactic conflicts. Djarin retrieved Grogu from Imperial remnants, faced off Moff Gideon, and won the Darksaber in combat. During the battle on Navarro, they were rescued by Luke Skywalker, who took Grogu for Jedi training. Although Grogu initially left with Luke, he later chose to return to Djarin after being given the choice between Jedi teachings and Mandalorian family. During their time apart, Djarin visited Grogu and brought him a gift of chainmail armor, and after their reunion, the two scouted Mandalore together in search of the Mines of Mandalore, where Djarin was captured and briefly lost possession of the Darksaber. Following the reclamation of Mandalore, Din Djarin formally adopted Grogu as his son and apprentice, giving him the name Din Grogu. They returned to Navarro, where Djarin took up contract work for the New Republic under Captain Carson Teva. Clan Mudhorn has no ancestral lineage or homeworld. Its recognition is based solely on Mandalorian tradition and the bond between its two members. Clan Ordo. In Legends, Clan Ordo was one of the most prominent Mandalorian clans during the Old Republic era, with a history that extended into later galactic conflicts. The clan presided over the planet Ordo, located in the Mandalore sector, and held influence across several Mandalorian strongholds, including Rekiad and later Duxon. Its most well-known member was Canderous Ordo, a veteran of the Great Sith War, Mandalorian Wars, Jedi Civil War, and Dark Wars. Following the defeat of the Mandalorians at Malachor V, Canderous joined Wren and fought alongside him during the Jedi Civil War. After the war, he returned to Duxon and began reuniting the scattered Mandalorians, taking on the title of Mandalore the Preserver and restoring Clan Ordo by 3954 BBY. Under Mandalore's leadership, Clan Ordo played a vital role in the defeat of Darth Nihilus in 3951 BBY, with Mandalore personally helping his Jedi allies slay the Sith Lord. In the era of the Cold War, members of Clan Ordo, including Jekia Ordo and Ras Ordo, were active within Mandalorian society. When Jikon Cadera rebelled against Mandalore the Vindicated for allying with the Sith, Clan Ordo initially supported Cadera's cause. After Cadera's defeat, the clan was accepted back under Mandalorian leadership. During the Mandalorian Civil War, clan members were divided between the New Mandalorians, the True Mandalorians, and the Death Watch. The clan's internal divisions reflected the broader fragmentation of Mandalorian society during that period. In the time of the Galactic Civil War, a spy known as Bloodletter possessed a pair of Mandalorian pistols that were said to have belonged to the Patriarch of Clan Ordo, though no details are provided on the identity of this figure. By the Sith Imperial War, Clan Ordo produced another Mandalore, Chonan Ordo. He was hired by the Galactic Alliance to defend the planet Botajef against the Fel Empire. However, the Alliance fleet never arrived. Chonan and his forces were overwhelmed, and he was killed after being betrayed by fellow Mandalorian Yaga Ox, who sabotaged their communications and claimed the title of Mandalore for himself. Clan Rook. In canon, Clan Rook was a Mandalorian clan active during the Imperial era. It was one of several groups that joined the Mandalorian resistance against Imperial rule. Officially a vassal of House Caste, Clan Rook's warriors wore purple, yellow, and silver armor and bore the coiled Vexus signet of their ruling house on their beskar. Their presence was acknowledged during the events of Star Wars Rebels, specifically in the two-part arc Heroes of Mandalore. In 1 BBY, during Bo-Katan Kryze's rally to reclaim Mandalore, a Clan Rook warrior declared, "Clan Rook is with you," as the group pledged allegiance to her leadership. They joined other clans in open defiance of the Empire's control. No members of Clan Rook are named, and their only on-screen appearance is this formal pledge. Beyond that moment, no additional history, leadership, or clan structure is recorded in canon. This Clan Rook is unrelated to the group of the same name featured in Legends material, namely the criminal syndicate led by Tayari Rook, a false Mandalorian who operated on Nal Hutta during the Old Republic era. Clan Saxon. In canon, Clan Saxon was a Mandalorian clan aligned with House Vizsla and became a dominant political and military force during the Imperial era. Its rise to prominence was tied directly to the support of the Galactic Empire, which granted the clan power over Mandalore following the fall of Duchess Satine Kryze's government. The clan was led by Gar Saxon, who was appointed Viceroy of Mandalore and Imperial Governor of the Mandalore sector. During the Clone Wars, Saxon had been one of the chief lieutenants of Darth Maul, and he'd commanded Maul's forces during the Siege of Mandalore before later swearing allegiance to the Empire. Under his rule, Clan Saxon enforced Imperial policy and suppressed dissent among Mandalorian clans. Gar Saxon also led the Imperial Super Commandos, an elite unit of Mandalorians loyal to the Empire, distinguished by their white and red armor. After Gar Saxon was killed in combat by Ursa Wren during a standoff with Sabine Wren, leadership of the clan passed to his brother, Tiber Saxon. Tiber continued the clan's loyalty to the Empire and escalated the conflict by developing the Duchess superweapon, a device capable of targeting Mandalorian armor. The weapon was ultimately destroyed, and Tiber Saxon died aboard his Star Destroyer during its destruction. Clan Saxon's aggressive actions sparked a civil war among the Mandalorian people. In response, other clans, including Clan Wren, Clan Kryze, Clan Eldar, and Clan Rook, rallied behind Bo-Katan Kryze, who was given the Darksaber and declared Mandalore. Clan Saxon's legacy is defined by its close cooperation with the Empire and its central role in Mandalore's occupation and internal division. Clan Skirata. In Legends, Clan Skirata was a Mandalorian clan active during the final years of the Galactic Republic and into the early Imperial period. One of its most famous members was Cal Skirata, a Mandalorian mercenary and former Special Forces trainer who played a central role in training clone commandos for the Grand Army of the Republic. Skirata was brought to Kamino as part of the clone training program, where he was responsible for instructing elite units, including Omega Squad and the genetically divergent Null-class ARC troopers. These Nulls were considered unstable and were nearly terminated, but Skirata intervened and took personal responsibility for them. Over time, Cal Skirata began to adopt the clones under his care into his personal clan. As the war progressed, he became increasingly disillusioned with the Republic and the treatment of the clones. His clan grew to include not only the Null Arcs and clone commandos, but also others who rejected the Republic's policies, including Bardan Jusik, a Jedi Knight who left the Jedi Order and joined the clan. Following the end of the Clone Wars and the issuing of Order 66, Clan Skirata went into hiding. It operated as a sanctuary for fugitive clones who had removed their inhibitor chips or otherwise resisted Imperial control. Skirata worked to give these clones a life outside war, with efforts focused on medical research to extend their accelerated aging and provide them a future. Clan Skirata was based on Mandalore, and it maintained ties with other Mandalorian clans sympathetic to their cause. The clan's activities and membership are primarily detailed in the Republic Commando and Imperial Commando novels. Clan Varad. Clan Varad was a violent and splintered Mandalorian clan active during the Cold War period between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire. It appeared in Legends, specifically in content related to Star Wars: The Old Republic. Originally aligned with Mandalore the Vindicated, Clan Varad broke away from his leadership and declared a Kangan, a traditional Mandalorian term meaning search for battle. Rejecting orders and alliances, they operated independently, focusing on raids and open conflict for its own sake. As part of their campaign, Clan Varad stole a Republic prototype cruiser, using it to launch assaults on both Republic and Imperial worlds. Their actions disrupted the fragile balance of power during the Cold War and led to retaliation from both factions. One of the most prominent incidents was their attack on the Republic vessel Alusis, which triggered a response from joint Republic and Sith task forces. In the Star Wars: The Old Republic MMO, Clan Varad is encountered during the boarding party flashpoint. The clan's leader, Mavericks Varad, is killed during the operation to reclaim the stolen cruiser. The surviving members of the clan are subdued in the aftermath. Clan Varad's betrayal was viewed as dishonorable by the larger Mandalorian community. Their actions placed them at odds with Mandalore and most other clans, and they were treated as outcasts. The clan's legacy is defined by its insubordination and its downfall during the Cold War. Clan Vizsla. Clan Vizsla was one of the most prominent and historically significant Mandalorian clans, with a legacy that spanned both canon and Legends continuities. It was the leading clan of House Vizsla and known for producing warriors, political leaders, and key figures who shaped Mandalorian history. In canon, the clan's earliest known member was Tar Vizsla, the first Mandalorian to join the Jedi Order. He constructed the Darksaber, a unique black-bladed lightsaber that became a symbol of leadership among the Mandalorians. After his death, The Jedi kept the weapon in their temple until it was reclaimed by members of Clan Vizsla during a raid during the Dark Age of the Republic. The Darksaber later became an emblem of Mandalorian authority, passed down through generations. In Legends, Clan Vizsla and its leader, Tor Vizsla, played a key role in the Mandalorian Civil War. While Clan Vizsla, like all the Mandalorian clans of the time, was divided between the various factions of the Civil War, Tor Vizsla and the clan's other major members were all affiliated with the Death Watch, which Tor Vizsla had founded. During the Mandalorian Civil War, Clan Vizsla earned a reputation as one of the most vicious and ruthless Mandalorian clans due to its role in the Death Watch. During the Clone Wars, Pre-Vizsla led the Death Watch, which, following the Mandalorian Civil War, devoted itself to destroying the pacifist New Mandalorian regime. Pre-Vizsla served as the governor of Concordia and publicly allied with Duchess Satine Kryze while secretly plotting her overthrow. Pre-Vizsla wielded the Darksaber and attempted to incite Mandalore to rebel in support of the Death Watch. To this end, he formed an alliance with Darth Maul, through which Vizsla successfully overthrew the New Mandalorians and claimed the title of Mandalore. But this alliance ultimately backfired, and Maul killed Vizsla in single combat and claimed leadership of the Death Watch for himself through the ancient Mandalorian tradition. In the Imperial era, Clan Vizsla resurfaced in Star Wars Rebels. Bo-Katan Kryze was given the Darksaber by Sabine Wren, who had retrieved it from Maul's former lair on Dathomir. Clan Vizsla supported Bo-Katan's claim to leadership, helping her unite Mandalorian clans against Imperial control. In Legends, Clan Vizsla also maintained a long-standing rivalry with Clan Tull, and the clan's symbol was the Shriekhawk, a stylized bird of prey that became the official insignia of the Death Watch. This symbol was used across both timelines. Clan Vizsla's reputation for military strength, political ambition, and ideological extremism placed it at the center of multiple turning points in Mandalorian history. Clan Wren. Clan Wren was a well-known Mandalorian clan aligned with House Vizsla. Active during the time of the Galactic Empire, it played a significant role in the Mandalorian Civil War and the broader resistance against Imperial rule. The clan was based in the Cronest system, with its ancestral stronghold located on the frigid planet with the same name. Its matriarch during the Imperial era was Countess Ursa Wren, who led the clan through one of the most politically volatile periods in Mandalorian history. Initially, Clan Wren was aligned with the Empire under the control of Gar Saxon and Clan Saxon, a loyalty maintained under duress. However, in 2 BBY, Sabine Wren returned to Cronest and confronted her family's loyalty to the Empire. Her defiance sparked a confrontation with Clan Saxon, leading to open conflict. After Gar Saxon was eventually killed, Clan Wren severed ties with the Empire and reaffirmed its loyalty to Mandalore's traditional ways. Following this, Clan Wren pledged allegiance to Bo-Katan Kryze and became a key supporter in her claim to the title of Mandalore. Alongside other clans, the clan was key in the rebellion against Imperial occupation. All members of Clan Wren except Sabine were later believed to have been killed during the Night of 1,000 Tears, an event that marked the near total destruction of Mandalore by Imperial forces. Details of the clan's fate following the fall of the Empire remain unconfirmed. Sabine Wren, the clan's most well-known member, was also a former Imperial cadet, an artist, and eventually a rebel operative. She was trained to use the Darksaber by Canon and played a critical role in returning it to Mandalorian hands. Clan Beviin. Clan Beviin was a Mandalorian clan active during the New Republic era and into the time of the Yuuzhan Vong War. It's part of the Legends continuity and is most prominently featured in the Legacy of the Force and New Jedi Order models. The clan's most recognizable member was Goran Beviin, a Mandalorian warrior and political figure who worked closely with Boba Fett during his tenure as Mandalore. Beviin served as one of Fett's top enforcers and advisors, helping to rebuild Mandalorian infrastructure and reassert clan unity following years of stagnation and external conflict. Beviin was married to Medrit Vasur, a male Mandalorian blacksmith. During the events of the Legacy of the Force series, Clan Beviin sheltered Boba Fett at their farmstead when he returned to Mandalore. The clan provided both strategic and personal support to Fett during this time. Clan Bralor. Clan Bralor was an ancient Mandalorian clan active during the time of the Clone Wars. It appears in legends and is noted primarily for its contributions to Mandalorian military training and command. The clan originated around the time of the Mandalorian Wars, and it was founded by the descendants of the Mandalorian champion Bralor, himself a member of Clan Ordo. While little is recorded about its political status or internal structure, members of Clan Bralor were known for their combat expertise and loyalty to traditional Mandalorian warrior culture. One of the clan's most notable figures was Rav Bralor, a Mandalorian instructor recruited by Jango Fett to help train clone commandos for the Grand Army of the Republic on Kamino. She was among a select group of Mandalorians trusted by Jango to raise and shape the next generation of clone soldiers. Rav Bralor primarily appears in the Republic Commando novels. Clan Cadera. Clan Cadera was a Mandalorian clan active during the Cold and Galactic War periods in Star Wars: The Old Republic. The clan became known for its internal divisions during a pivotal rebellion against Mandalorian leadership. The clan was led by Gedyc Cadera, who opposed Mandalore the Vindicated after the Mandalorians allied with the Sith Empire. Gedyc viewed this alliance as a betrayal of Mandalorian independence and honor. In response, he launched a rebellion against the leadership, which became one of the most serious internal threats to the Mandalorians during the Cold War. Gedyc's rebellion ultimately failed. He was labeled a traitor and his forces were defeated. Following this, Clan Cadera was dishonored and its members were mostly disavowed within Mandalorian society. Gedyc's son, Torian Cadera, later attempted to restore the clan's honor. As a young warrior, he aligned himself with Mandalore the Vindicated and served loyally during the Galactic War. Torian's actions were redemptive, and over time, the clan's name was gradually rehabilitated within Mandalorian ranks. The clan's story is told primarily through the bounty hunter storyline in the Old Republic MMO, where Torian Cadera is a companion character. The clan's legacy centers on a father-son conflict that mirrored larger ideological tensions within Mandalorian culture between traditional warrior independence and strategic political alliances. Clan Gedyc. Clan Gedyc was a Mandalorian clan active during the final years of the Galactic Republic and into the Imperial era. While limited in available detail, the clan played a role in internal Mandalorian politics, particularly during the rise of the Death Watch. The clan's most prominent member was Lorca Gedyc, who served as a leader within the Death Watch during the time of the early Galactic Empire. Under Gedyc's leadership, the clan aligned with the faction's extremist ideology, seeking to restore Mandalore's warrior traditions through militarism and conquest. Like many other Mandalorian clans, it was divided between opposing sides in the Mandalorian Civil War. Some members supported the more traditionalist factions, while others aligned with more reformist or pacifist movements. Little is known about the clan's history before or after Lorca Gedyc's involvement with Death Watch. Gedyc's role within Death Watch positions the clan as one of several that contributed to Mandalore's internal conflicts during the transition from Republic to Imperial rule. Clan Gedyc's alliance with the Empire laid the groundwork for the Imperial presence on Mandalore in Legends, but after the early years of the Imperial period, the clan faded from prominence. Clan Tull. Clan Tull was a Mandalorian clan that existed as far back as the High Republic era. Thus far, this clan has mainly been represented by the character Aron Tull. Aron Tull was the last known surviving member of the clan, and his backstory appears in materials connected to Star Wars Hunters, a competitive team-based game set during the Galactic Civil War era. Clan Tull was wiped out during the Night of 1,000 Tears, and as a survivor, Aron Tull carried the legacy of his fallen clan into the New Republic era. He operated as a Mandalorian warrior in the Vespara Grand Arena, seeking justice and honoring his heritage through combat. Aron's identity as a Tull made him the last known representative of a clan that spanned centuries of Mandalorian history. Clan Vevut. Clan Vevut was a clan active during the Second Galactic Civil War, as seen in Legacy of the Force, part of the Legends continuity. While not heavily detailed, the The clan is mentioned in association with Boba Fett and Clan Fett during Fett's time as Mandalore. One of the clan's known members was Novok Vevut, who adopted a war orphan named Ordo. Ges later became a key figure in Mandalorian society and served alongside Boba Fett. Through Ges, Clan Vevut became directly linked to Clan Fett via marriage. Ordo married Murta Gev, Boba Fett's granddaughter, and this union symbolically joined the two clans and helped solidify political alliances within the fragmented Mandalorian population during Boba's efforts to rebuild Mandalore. The marriage took place during the events of the Legacy of the Force series, and details about the clan's earlier history, structure, or ancestral holdings aren't provided in the available material. No clan sigil or notable leaders beside Novok Vevut and Ordo are named. The main significance of Clan Vevut lies in its connection to Clan Fett during a key period of Mandalorian reconstruction. Its appearance is brief, but contributes to the broader narrative of Mandalorian resurgence in Legends. Clan Priest. Clan Priest was a clan mentioned briefly in Legends material. The clan was most well known as one of several clans whose members played significant roles during the Mandalorian Civil War. During the war, members of Clan Priest were split, some aligning with the faithful, traditionalist Mandalorians, and others siding with the faithless, who rejected certain elements of Mandalorian creed and authority. However, Clan Priest was best known for its support of the Death Watch. The clan's most well-known member, Dread Priest, was a Death Watch member during the Mandalorian Civil War, and he was later recruited by Jango Fett to serve as a trainer for clone commandos. Dread Priest taught his clone trainees to be ruthless and established a battle circle wherein young clones were made to fight one another, often to death. After the Clone Wars, Dread Priest joined the Death Watch and supported the Empire during the early Dark Times. He was murdered on Mandalore by Mij Gillamar shortly after the rise of the Empire, and his body was dumped in the Kalita River. Clan Kelborn. Clan Kelborn was a Mandalorian clan most prominent for its role in the Galactic Wars. The clan was descended from Kelborn, a senior Mandalorian officer and member of Clan Ordo who served under Mandalore the Preserver during the Dark Wars. Kelborn was stationed on Duxon, the moon of Onderon, where he coordinated Mandalorian operations and assisted in rebuilding efforts after the Mandalorian Wars. Kelborn was a scout who worked alongside Mandalore the Preserver during the events of KOTOR II, helping maintain the secrecy of the Mandalorian presence on Duxon while the clans slowly reassembled. Kelborn's descendants ultimately became their own clan, and they were one of the clans that joined Clan Cadera in rebelling against Mandalore the Vindicated during the Galactic Wars. They were accepted back into Mandalorian society after Clan Cadera was defeated. Anyways guys, that's it for our overview of the different Mandalorian clans. Be sure to let us know in the comment section below which clan is your favorite and why, and in fact, let us know which Mandalorian is your favorite and why. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.